Jen?
Hey Tori, how are you?
Hey Jen, how are you doing?
I'm good. Just how was practice? How are you guys thinking about the upcoming exhibition?
It's exciting, I mean, everything's just starting to come together. Obviously, like last week, me, Slim, and a little bit of Kira were in and out of the lineups because of, just overseas play. But now, like, we're getting more reps, and everything's coming together. The chemistry's coming, and we're having fun. So for me, that's one of the most important things. Like, we're enjoying being out there. And so I'm super excited.
That's awesome. And just want to ask you about two teammates. I'm going to start with Christy. What was that moment like for you when you get back from overseas and you see Christy here as a Mystic again?
Super exciting. Like, I mean, just for me personally, being at Maryland and seeing her jersey up, I'm in the rafters every single day. And then, just hearing the countdown to her hitting the big shot, and then to me calling, my teammate, and even a mentor. I'm just super thankful and blessed to call her my mentor, my teammate, and I'm super excited for upcoming season.
Have you noticed anything that's different about her since she last played with you?
Nothing. I mean, she's always been like, she's not like the most like vocal, but like, she's just, nothing's really changed much. She's always been very like with a high IQ, always looking to pour into the young ones. And, for me, I'm already annoying to her. So I just, for me, like, she's going to talk to me regardless whether she wants to or not. So I haven't seen much of a change.
And then just wanted to ask you about Emily Engstler. I know she kind of joined the team at the 11th hour, but how has it been having her in the mix? And what does she kind of add that's unique on this roster?
Yeah, for us, like, how we play is, spacing, and our bigs are versatile. So I feel like she fits right in because of her IQ, because of her ability to shoot, but because of her ability to rebound and put the ball on the floor. I'm excited to play with her, and I feel like she fits right into what we're trying to do this season.
It seems like she does a lot of things like really well. She's kind of like a really unique player in that way. Does she like remind you of anybody? Like, does a comp come to mind for her?
Not anyone, like, not off the top of my head, because like she does. I mean, she's like true to who she is. She doesn't stay or waver outside of what she does really well. Oh yeah, I'm out before Delle comes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, just her ability to always just to have a knack for the ball, especially on the O boards, screening ability and finishing at the rim, especially against the guys.
Awesome. I'll turn to Elena and then I'll share the mic here. But
Speaker. Huh? Speaker's muffled. Sorry. Anyways.
Sorry, can you hear me okay?
Sorta. Yep.
Elena, last year you talked to us about how you felt so different from the previous 2 years in this long journey of rehabbing your back. And I'm curious, like, how you feel right now compare to last season or the beginning of last year?
I mean, I feel so much better, so much more sure of this process and how it's helped me get so much stronger, and helped me to be available. Obviously, I think everybody has to work on their body. But for me, I have a path and a way, and I know, the commitment I need to make and what I need to do to get myself ready for each practice, each game.
Are you still like good to go tomorrow and heading into the season opener?
What was that?
Are you good to go for the exhibition tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the plan.
Awesome. And then with Tori sitting next to you, I want to ask you for your thoughts on Tori so far this preseason. What have you seen from her? I've talked to her a lot about her off season and just curious what you've seen.
I have seen a growth in Tori in how she's getting her body ready. Tori's like one of those people who can literally get out of her car, put her shoes on and play pickup, which I'm so jealous of. But I've seen a different commitment to her body, taking the time to go through her soft tissue, do her movement check-ins and all that. Obviously, we all know what she can do on the court and what she's going to do for us and what a huge role she'll have on both sides of the ball. But to see that growth has been really cool.
Awesome. And then last thing for me, Emily Engstler kind of joined the team last minute, and just curious what it's been like for you, like having her in the mix and what you think she brings that's unique.
I mean, obviously she brings versatility. She's a great scorer. She can defend, 1 through 4. So it's kind of just helping her along the way. It's tough when you jump into a veteran group and we all know our plays. We all know, the different eye contact that means go back door, come get it, things like that. So trying to, get her up to speed on all those things and help coach her up. But it's been great to have her.
Awesome. Thank you.
And we'll transition back into the room for questions.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
This is for both of you, actually. What, I think we're about 8 practices in, 1 exhibition game. I'm just, the overall feel, things that you've noticed from, a little bit over a week of practice, and anybody who's kind of caught either of your eyes that you, noticed a little bit more, or a little bit more, but that you just noticed in this last week, saying, oh, she's having a good camp.
I'll say collectively as a group, I said earlier, like me, Slim, and Kira, we've been in and out of like practice because of like they've been trying to like monitor our minutes, but just this last week has been super fun. It feels like, we've been playing with each other for years. I mean, maybe because we have. So it's just super exciting. It was super fun. Even yesterday, it was a light day, but I mean, things were just really just starting to click. And we were just like really enjoying each other out there. And, even if we made a mistake, we're just able to go and communicate through those mistakes and just continuing to learn each other. And like I said, it's been just super fun being out there.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't feel like training camp. It feels like a team that has been together for a little while. The focus in practice, the carryover to the next practice, the same feeling of joy each practice. Like a lot of times in a training camp, you feel like a grind, you feel an uncomfortable feeling playing with different players, where with us, it doesn't feel that way. So I think it's been a lot of fun and we've been able to, grow a lot already as a group and have to continue that.
Well, then we've talked so much about your strength, your increased strength this camp. A lot of your teammates have also. I'm curious, does that, I don't want to say change your game, but do you tweak a little bit now that you're a little bit stronger? I don't know if you do certain things more now that you're kind of, can play through contact a little bit more. I assume like just being stronger, what does that kind of add or tweak to your game?
I think just continuing to understand that my body is different and my legs and my base, it's so much stronger. So not to fall back in my old ways of moving top down, which is what got me in trouble. Sometimes your greatest strength of being tall and versatile can be your greatest weakness and is what, caused some of the back stuff. So continuing to remember, move through my base, push through my legs. And that's where the strength truly comes from, and not falling back into the old ways of, sometimes just being able to lean into someone and shoot over, really getting the right angles, getting in the right position, keeping my feet under me.
This question is for both. I know that a lot of players didn't play in the Minnesota preseason game, but what can you take from that experience of what you did see from the team in that game?
Bill, you want to go first? Because I wasn't there.
It's always interesting when you get into like game experience and they're starting to take away, a reversal pass. And it's like, what's the next step? Like, what do we do after someone goes backdoor? And you could see like a little bit of hesitancy there, like kind of not knowing what's the next step. So it was great. Like those are good things to see, especially when you play Minnesota, they're going to do stuff like that. So I think it was helpful for us to see it, to work through it, to then kind of practice a little bit more, like what's the next action? How do we keep our offense moving, or defensively talking? We got way too quiet out there because it's still the beginning. You're thinking about yourself and you're not seeing the whole floor. So all those things, great reminder as to what to do. And then we were able to see what the young ones were able to do too. And that's a lot of what preseason is about.
Yeah. And like even just the turnaround, we were just in watching film, and the things that coach was pointing out, just like the spacing and it's like the screening angles and things. Like I've already seen like a change in the last 2-3 practices from that. So that's exciting. Like not being able to not taking much time to fix the little things, but to paying attention to detail and growing from that.
First off, Shatori, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've noticed by covering you, your confidence, whether you make it or miss it, you don't hang your head. How did you develop that?
Yeah, one of my favorite players to watch, well, two of my favorite players are Devin Booker and Clay, and they're playing now. But just a short-term memory, like between those two, like they can go 0 for 5 and they think that 6 was going in. And it's not something that they said, but just how they approach each shot. And then it helps that, you know, you have teammates and coaches that are constantly giving you the confidence. And then for me, just sticking to the journey, and trusting that journey, just getting the same reps and then getting those game-like reps. So I don't really have to think about it in game.
And lastly, can you remind the people what school you went to?
University of Maryland.
Correct. I know that you came out of the show this year. You smiling, you having fun with it.
Yeah.
Again, what did you develop or get this from? Because it's like a new tour.
I mean, I credit a lot of it to
And like, you're just starting.
I mean, no, I said. Smiling.
Sometimes you don't shut up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I credit my teammates. I really enjoy being here. Like just even like just the organization in itself, like Coach T, the coaches, like it's just a fun environment. I know you guys can see that just watching practice. Like we really genuinely enjoy being on the court. That's why I'm so excited for this upcoming season. Like Delle said, it doesn't feel like training camp. It feels like we've been playing, like maybe because we have been playing together for years, but even like the ones that have come, like Slim and Zowie and Angstler and like just Steph Jones, like they fit right in. And credit to their personalities and their work ethic as well.
All right, y'all, that is it. Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, it's got cut off.
Elena, first of all, how you doing?
Good.
I've noticed in camp, you're bringing the ball up kind of like a big guard.
Yeah.
What can we expect in the game, and as the game evolves? What can we
Mhm.
expect in that aspect?
Yeah, I mean, just giving teams different looks. I think last year, kind of, you know, with me in and out of games, it just was hard to get a feel for one another. And a lot of my offense came from just post ups where it's like, let's get teams in space. Let's move me around the court so I can find people in different ways, make them have to guard in different actions. So that's kind of been E's focus this far, kind of just moving me around because you don't want to just give them the same simple look over and over. Move in space, make it really tough.
And then last quick one for you. You're a champion, next Kyle Kuzma, someone asked you, when you become great, it can get boring at times. How do you kind of freshen it up and keep yourself focused as you know, just climb the ranks?
I love the monotony of the process. I don't know. It's just what it's about. Like I can find something in my developmental movement that's going to connect on the court. And just that tiny tweak is that important. And when you get to this level, it's really small tweaks that, you know, get you better and better. So just being committed to the process. I love it.
Appreciate
Can I just have one more for you? But Tori kind of touched on it earlier. I'm just curious, you know, through a week, what kind of impact have you seen Christy make out there? I know, you know, I know she's not physically out there all the time with you guys, but just kind of what impact you already see that she has over the entire team.
She's such a coach. She's such a coach. I love it. But yeah, I mean, just having that other set of eyes and someone who's a coach, but also on court with us and able to show us. And she's just using her voice and coaching. And it's not always like a group speech. It's like she'll pull different people aside and give them just a little something. And then they take that and it makes the group so much better. So she's been crucial. Even just yesterday, talking about our pace, how it's got to be faster. All the little things, she sees it before a lot of us do. And you love to get the cheat sheet. So she's our cheat code. Yeah.
All right, y'all. That is
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Thank you very much.
it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.